All right. There we go. Welcome to the Hip Hop Hustle podcast. We're doing it in person today. It's my man, the one and only Josh Alias. I can't believe it. We're here in Queens, right? We're here in Queens. I don't know how I'm here, to be honest. I'm lost. Coming all the way from Australia. We got his boy as well. I'm gonna do one of these ones. You can see his boy
Young
right
K,
there.
yo, let's go.
So we're doing it for real, but man, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on again. It's a pleasure to see you in person. But
Pleasure.
yeah, how's it been? I mean, last time we spoke, was it, I think, a year ago, around about?
Probably, yeah, man. Been about a year. Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Yeah, because we were talking about off mic, and you were saying, like, you know, it's tough at the moment. Like, being an artist is more than being an artist. It's like, you have to be a content creator, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not as simple as just, okay, I'm just going to make music and whatever's going to happen. But now you'll have to, like, actually put in effort on putting posts out, and fans aren't just going to listen to your music. So how's that been in terms of adjusting?
Man, the landscape has changed a lot. Like, before, you just post music. If people rock with you, they're going to listen. You know, you don't have to fight for people's attention. Now, because of, like, you know, the creator landscape, everyone is trying to, like, get attention at the same time. Like, becomes, like, oversaturated. So it just becomes like it's almost like rappers like myself are like forced to get in a space where we have to push an image more and force out content quicker. When I'm like a perfectionist, I like to take my time with my art, you know what I mean? But in order to like grow and more people see your stuff, you got to post every single day. So I'm not gonna lie, it's been a challenge. It's not what I'm not used to it. I just want to be a rapper and artist with my homies, make my music, let the fans who want to hear me know when I drop, and they can, you know what I'm saying, do what they want at that point. But, you know, it's just adjusting, learning that I got to put a little more time in, be a little more consistent with social media, show my face a little more, you know, taking a little practice, but we getting there.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because, like, you have to think differently to when you started, right? Like, you began and you're like, hey, I'm just a rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm going to rap. And, like, now you're just like, well, I am a rapper, but then I got to do all this other shit. And, like, and your fans obviously have to adapt as well, because they're going to have to see way more content. I'm sure they're not going to complain, but they're going to have to see, like, non-music content start to be part of your brand.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the interesting part, because like before this music stuff, and even like now, my whole aesthetic and the way I live my life is like I'm a low key kind of person. Like I'm not too, you know, only with my close immediate people like I'm very social with, but I'm a kind of like an introverted extrovert. So like to kind of show things that are a little more personal, like the behind the scenes, like what really goes on, is like something I kind of pushed out of my brand for a while, and I just wanted the music to speak for itself. But now that's not enough, you know, because I can't make music every single day and drop a song every day and post 4 reels on it. You know what I'm saying? So they want to see other stuff. So it's gonna take a little time to like, but in this music game, you gotta like adjust, do things you're not comfortable with in order to grow. That's with anything in life. You wanna get better at something. If you don't take some risks, you don't go out of your comfort zone. You know, you're gonna stay in the same spot. You feel me? So. Thank my boy. See, I got.
I'm gonna just y'all could just hear me.
Yeah.
We've been on this for a minute, and this dude's been the driving force behind the movement, low key, but helping us all adapt to the way the landscape of the game is different now.
Yeah.
Cause tell them how we used to be able to just drop a fire video.
That was it.
And the shit goes viral.
Yeah.
Once and you blow up. But now it's like the attention span is shorter.
Yeah, like he's right. Like I'm definitely like good with the internet and learning stuff, and I'm trying, and I appreciate my bro saying that. That's UA, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like before it was so easy. We would just drop an album. Like we would still promote, don't get it wrong. We were pushing, we put money behind our moves, but it was like we put a lot of hard work in the music, and like the hardest work of it was done. Like the internet kind of took it and rolled with it. Now the hardest work isn't making the music, because we can make that in our sleep. The hardest work is finding ways to present it and push it properly. And now it's not like we're only competing on the social media platforms or YouTube or XYZ to get our music out with just rappers or artists. like we're competing with a million different content creators from like every single genre of the world. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's trying to be an influencer. So obviously when it's that saturated, your stuff is going to be less seen, you know, because you're in competition with, I guess, the world. You feel me? So yeah, we're adjusting with time, and but you know, it's kind of sad to see, but at the same time, like it's also a really good time for creators too. People's lives are changing. I see it. Like people who in 2 weeks because of the algorithm their life could be changed. So it's a beautiful time because before you had to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You had to pay to get that type of exposure.
Well, you still got to pay to like, you know, be verified. So
Exactly.
like, you know, everyone knows that you can pay for the blue check now, whereas before, like, you know, they kind of just verify you. Surprise.
Yeah.
You can apply for it and they kind of just test you. Whereas now they're like, hey man, do you want to be like low key famous? Like, you know, it's like Elon is like, hey man, and Zuckerberg, they're all like, I can make $20 a month from however many users. They all want to be verified. It's like, it's this crazy thing now, and lots of people are doing it. It's such a waste of money.
It's
like,
yeah, it's like it kind of shows you. It really opens your eyes to like how much people want to be cool though. Like people don't want this accolades. They want to look like they had the accolades. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people, and this is real ish. Like with 5,000 followers, no like check, but they're getting a bag. Like they're rich, or they're getting a lot more money than people with 10 times the followers and a blue check. So it comes to show you like, what are you in this for? Are you in this to look like you made it, or you look like you're successful, or to be low key chilling with bread, and to other people you look like you're just grinding. So that's it. Kind of yeah. And I read something on the internet when that happened. Like, bruh, like Facebook or whatever, or Instagram made like 50 million, like a crazy amount of money, you know what I'm saying, from that. And I'm not a hater either, but I look at some people's profiles who's verified with like 200 followers, and it's like pictures of them and their dog and shit. Like pictures of them at their barbecue. Like they're not a public figure, and they haven't done anything like of where, because you get verified because like you did something, and also because other people are making fake accounts because you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was getting fake accounts of me, you know what I'm saying, at one point. So it's like, these people are, I don't know, Timbuktu on like working at, you know, a regular job, like nothing wrong with that, with 200 followers who's pictures with his kids. Why are you like paying to look like you did something, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of just opened my eyes like what this world is, and then with the social media, like everyone kind of fiends for that dopamine rush of attention, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, that's the world we live in. You know what I mean?
It makes no sense. Like low key,
you
it makes no
sense. Nah,
like,
bro.
Like 200 followers to pay for that shit, it makes zero sense. Like you and I both know that like you're just burning money for at that point. Like I get it if you're a content creator and you think it'll bring, like, you know, I hate to say it. I mean, you probably hate to say it, but like you see the blue check, you're like, all right, let me check them out.
Yeah, type stuff.
But you can tell which ones bought it.
Exactly.
That's the weird thing, is like you buy it, but everyone knows who bought it, who didn't buy it. It's like, you know, people who buy followers.
Yeah.
You can tell, because it's like, I think there's a stat of like, you should have like 10% engagement.
Yeah.
Of your like following into like likes or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
so if you've got 100,000 followers and you got no comments on your shit,
that's little red flags. Yeah. You feel me?
I mean, there are artists I've interviewed that I know for a fact that have fake followers.
Yeah.
I know. I saw my content on their page blow up, but none of it was real. Wow. I could tell, like, in terms of likes, it was just inflated. In terms of comments, it was inflated, and it was just trash comments. And you can look through the comments, you can see it's the same type of comment. It's like love hearts, and it's like it's
the
all
bots
that.
where they're paying for it.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, the social media landscape has made people lose their minds a little bit. Like, it's like the kid in high school that wants to be popular, right? And does all the, like, follows the trends, you know, buys the Ed Hardy shirt even though they know it's corny, you know what I'm saying? Or like buys the Jordans even though they like Vans, you feel me? Like following what's popping at the time to look a certain way, to be accepted, and to be like, you know what I mean? And when it comes to buying followers, bruh, and this is real to anybody listening, if you gotta pay like $100 to buy followers, you got a better chance taking out $100, throwing it into a couple of ads, getting maybe, who knows, 20, 30 real followers who might actually convert into real dollars than looking like you got 100 people who mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna spend money to look lit, rather spend money into some organic, real promotion and you might not get as much as you want, but at least you got something that's real, tangible. You know what I mean?
I mean, the weird thing is when you pay for stuff like TikTok, for like Instagram and YouTube,
Yeah.
they know that you're going to pay. So that's the other weird thing of like, they start withholding likes because they know that you're going to bump it again. So you become one of those customers. I feel like, you know, Tinder does the same shit. They know. So once they get you to pay, then they know, all right, this account is someone who's willing to pay. So all I got to do is I got to withhold. I don't know why that stopped recording.
Technology.
We'll edit.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Chop
like,
it up,
chop
man.
it up.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Social media, right?
Social media, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you actually, how do you deal with fake followers?
Oh, man.
Like, as in not fake followers, fake accounts, because you said that you had fake accounts pretending to be you.
Yeah.
So, like, number one, how did you find out? And number two, what do you do about it? Because it's like, it's almost, you can't control that stuff.
Yeah, so that started happening like a year or two ago, where I saw two fake accounts, like Josh Alias. I thought they were trying to be fan pages, because there's a couple fan pages, but usually they'll be fan pages. They'll like stop posting me or whatever because they have lives and shit, and then they'll fall off. So it'll be like there's a couple on the internet somewhere, but then those fake pages like Josh Alias's page, and this was before I got the like verified and stuff, and it was whack. So they followed me though. Like they followed me. That's how I was like notified about it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw it, and I like first I was like, damn, I guess I'm doing something right. Like this is like this. It was kind of like a moment for me. I was like, damn, like people, like I was getting a little buzz, but I was like, oh snap, people are making fake profiles. And then I also heard, maybe I shouldn't say this, but on like a dating app, someone used my pictures on a dating app, like stole my pictures, and it was like catfishing people, like acting like whatever. It was corny, and I was like, bruh, this is wild. So how I deal with it, I DM them. I'm a type of dude, like I don't got, even if I become 1 million followers tomorrow, I don't got no media training. I'm gonna keep it Josh Alias 100%. Even if I'm famous, if I'm in the Grammys, I'm gonna keep it me, bro. So I talked to them. I left a voice note. I'm like, bro, you're wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find you. Like, I really was pressing him because it was just corny, bro. It's like he wasn't doing it in a loving manner. These people, they were doing it like either trying to, and I know people scam like that, right? So they might be like, yo, I'll give you a Josh Alias feature. I'm actually Josh Alias. I'm building on my Instagram right now. It got hacked, but I also get streams and views, so it's not like, you know what I mean? So they'll be like, oh, he gets some views, I'll get some looks. They might charge 500, scam someone. You never know. I know it's happened to my friends, so I just messaged them, and they ended up fanning out, and they apologized, and they deleted the account.
Yeah.
So sometimes it helps to just be honest like that and just keep it real. I think they're just really like fans who just got a little weird. So me actually talking to them on the one-on-one like a man, like, yo, bro, I'm just a dude, like I'm on the up and up, like I'm not a celebrity, like I'm just a human. This is kind of messing up my business. And they're like, yo, my bad, I didn't know. And they deleted it, you know what I mean? So I got lucky, but
it's weird that they didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, you mean like that it wouldn't affect me? Yeah, yo, because at the end of the day, I talk to all my fans. I interact, you know. I got a lot of DMs. I got like group chats in my, like with my fans. I got like fan group chats that I talk to. Like, I'm really connected with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate them. And what I've learned is, no matter how big or small of an artist you are, like, I'm not like Eminem or Nas big, right? But to the listener, you are though.
yeah.
If they really listen to your music every day on the train, on the bus, like going through a hard time, a breakup, you know what I'm saying? Their viewpoint on who you are is equivalent to how people look at Drake's and all of that. And it took me time to realize that because I don't look at myself in any way like that light. But some of these fans, I've met with fans in person too, which people like, is probably not the coolest thing to say because that's like a safety issue, but I can hold my own. But you know what I mean? What they gonna do? But regardless, I've like fans that flew down, hung out with me. Like I've gotten a drink with them, played like, you know what I'm saying, chopped it up in real life. Some of them are weird though. And it's not because they mean to be weird, it's because like, whether we like to believe it or not, like me, Kay, like other artists too, we're like people's idols. So
They're fans.
yeah, and some fans don't know like the boundaries You know what I'm saying? Like they don't look at you as like a dude. They look at you as like someone I don't know.
That's like the weird thing, because hopefully you don't think I'm weird by the end of this. So
Nah, man. Nah. I can't even tell you some of the fan stories on this, but I'll tell you later. You are nowhere. You're a real dude, bro. Everybody follow my boy. You know what I'm saying? But nah. You're a real person. Trust me. A weird fan is the ones who be like, like asking for like an autograph out of nowhere, like while you're just like eating food with them or something, or asking like a very personal question about. Like,
do you know the weird thing? You know that they've had that on their mind
yes,
the whole night. Like, you know that they came in and they were like, I want to get Josh Alias's autograph. I don't know how to broach it. And so they're waiting for a pause. They're like waiting for this awkward moment where they're like, oh, we're not doing anything. I can just ask him for an autograph. And like, you know that's just the weird thing. It's been in their head the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I know. And it's just like, I see it. I'm very intuitive, so I read it too. So it's just like, you know, I'm just like, damn, bro, you could have just kept it cool. There was like the weird moment. It's not a weird moment because it's very humbling. A lot of people quote our lyrics to us, but we have a lot of music. Josh Alias alone has mad music, then Urban Architects has like a million music out. There's like fans, like me and Kay also have met with them. I'm not going to say their name because they're cool and shit, but like, and this happened on my personal experience too. They would like quote like a specific song like from 4 years ago, and like the third stanza and like a specific bar. Like, where were you when you wrote this bar? I don't even remember that I said that because it's been so long. You know what I mean? So like it's kind of like, damn, y'all really be analyzing it, but it's humbling at the end of the day. Don't get it wrong. I'm extremely blessed and I love that moment, but it's just like, damn, like I don't think that deep into it when I write it. You know, I just spit, I guess.
And also, you don't remember, like, if people ask me, like, hey, do you remember having this conversation with Josh Alias the first time? I'm like, I remember the points. I don't remember the words I actually said, but, like, I remember the interview. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like, you know, in a weird way, the fans care more about your music than you do in the strangest way, because, like, to them, it's everything. And to you, it's everything, but in a different way. You're like, once you release it, you're like, okay, that's done. What can I do next? But for the fans, it's like, oh, that shit was amazing. They could listen to that song or that project for the rest of their life. Like, whereas as like the person making the music, you're probably not listening to that music again. Like, I'm not listening to my podcasts again. For real. But there are people who could be just following the whole journey the whole way through, and they're like, Josh, like that project you dropped 3 years ago is the best project ever, man. It changed my life. And all of a sudden you're like, thank you. But like, I don't really remember.
Dude, that's so real. I couldn't have said it better. That's happened to me a couple times. Actually, it's happened a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie, where people mention like my first album or a specific song that like, as artists we make and then we move on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to hold on to something too long, so I'll drop it, and I don't want to listen to it all the time, so I'll let go. But then people bring it up. I'm like, damn, like that's the influence and impact it had on other people, like, is much more lasting than the effort it took for me to make the art. So like, art is really timeless. You feel me? And like, that's why I don't take art for granted, and that's why sometimes I come off too serious in music or my art in general, is because I know this shit is forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might say something I'm feeling that day. It might touch somebody's heart and change their perspective 20 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I've thought about this because, like, you know, we see artifacts and we see things being dug up from thousands of years ago, and we're putting all our music on the internet, right?
Yeah.
But what if the internet goes down? You know what I mean? Like, does that mean all that shit is lost forever? And if it is, then it's like, oh, I got to put shit on wax. I got to put shit on CDs. Because you know what I mean? Like, if a meteor hit tomorrow, the internet's gone.
It's down.
Like, where is that all kept?
Damn, y'all better have downloaded it. Y'all better have got the band kept. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm really serious though. Y'all should download the music. This is a plug on why y'all gotta purchase the music from the artist. For real. Like, first off, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but first off, y'all don't even know how much money it takes to make the art that comes to your face that you stream for 0.01 pennies to begin with. The amount of money I might have spent on one song would probably take me 30,000 streams to make back or something. You know what I'm saying?
So do you know how much it costs you to make, on average, throughout your time, a song?
Gosh. Bruh, if I added every single dollar I spent making music over the 4 or 5 years, I probably like could have had like a night like put a more than a down payment on a crib, like for real. Think of like their studio sessions go from like 30 to like $100 an hour, right? Then you got to go mixing, then you got to do the video, then you got to do promo, then you got to buy the beat. You keep on going. That's a lot of money, and I was going to the studio 2 3 times a week at one point. You know what I'm saying? We were going 3 times a week for years. You know what I'm saying? Not even releasing all of it, but getting our chops up too. So a lot of money. Let's just say, on average, a humble average, like 150 on a song, probably on the low end. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, 150, $200 probably.
So let me ask you, how do you continue to justify it?
Oh,
Because here's like the weird thing is everybody else goes to work and they got a guarantee of money coming through the door.
yeah,
Like you're like, hey, I got a paycheck, so I can justify the time, the effort because there's no risk. And then, but for you guys are putting money up front, you're putting time up front, and then you don't know what the return will be. Like you could spend $1,000 plus on a song because you're doing promo, you're paying for ads, you're paying for the music video, you got to buy cameras, you got to buy better equipment, you're making your own merch. Like all that stuff cost money up front. So
Yeah.
at what point do you guys, or did you, either of you, did you think about at what point you were like, hey, this is enough? Or was it just straight up, I'm just going to keep going until I make this work?
man, that was a good question. And what I think it was when we first made the first album, we put a pretty penny on mutual understandings. So this was before my solo career. We spent a lot of money. We went to top, like Eminem's engineer, like Biggie recorded that big dude, Chris Conway. Big shout out. You know what I'm saying? That's a bro. But we went to him, spent a lot of money, released it, put thousands of dollars in the promo, and then the money started coming back to us though. So think that like initial like fan base, we started getting fans. We like hit 1 million streams on a couple of the songs. One of the songs like is stupid viral, like 10 million streams or something. So we started getting money every month for music, enough money where we could start paying for studio sessions with the money we were making. So then we were just lit because we were paying for sessions. You know what I'm saying? We used to pay out of our pocket. I was working 3 jobs. He was working 3 jobs. We was paying for those initial sessions out of pocket. You feel me? To having to do what we love multiple times a week at good studios for free was a win to us. You know what I'm saying? So that really, because regardless, and also like there's amazing heartfelt messages, bro. People have wrote college essays about our music. People have gotten us tattooed on us. Like there's really like some people have flown down from Germany to chill with us. Like real like crazy stuff that we don't talk about has happened to remind us that we've touched lives. You know what I'm saying? So if it's worked on a smaller scale, what makes us believe it can't work on a larger scale? You feel me? And at the end of the day, like if no one cared and no one listened to the music, you know what I'm saying? I'd still do this. The bros would still do this. We'd still be making art because that's how we were built. That's how God made us. We're creatives. We couldn't stop that if we tried. So we would do this without the bread anyway. But the fact that music is paying for things, like even this whole merch setup, like we got it because we were selling mad merch. You feel me? Like so eventually the hard work converted to fans. The fans converted to dollars and supporters. And yeah, we might not be freaking on billboards yet, but on a small level, on what we've been able to do is like pretty inspiring for us to keep on going. So that was a long answer to say it's because of the fans, man. You know what I'm saying? They justify it all, man. It wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't do it. Yeah. But really, I just said all that soap like soap opera, like deep ass shit to really say it's the fans, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, 3 jobs though.
Yeah. Oh, that
Like-
was a hard time.
Like, I mean, 1 job is hard enough. I mean, and then to manage it. But how did y'all? I mean, you both had 3 jobs, so like, how did y'all? Because I mean, I always look at it and I'm like, the energy that you lose from working 3 jobs, 1 job, let
And
alone
college full-time.
full time, and then making music, and then to still make the quality of music that you want to make, like you have no downtime. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you guys just ate food between 3 jobs, college, making music, releasing music, promoting music.
Oh,
Like, where's the balance? Was it that time of your life where it was like, fuck this, no balance, we're just going all in on everything?
I think we were like, yo, we were so young.
But you can
hyped.
jump closer if you want to the
yeah,
mic.
We was. I'm good over here, bro.
yeah, it gets it's Young K, by the way, talking, but
Okay, yo, we had a lot of passion, right? And your heart is like the battery. Like your heart will power your mind. It'll help power your willpower. So when you really love something, you find a way to do what you gotta do to like to do it.
You prioritize it.
You prioritize it. Yeah, like your energy is like, so you're working. You're at work, but you like in your head you working, but you like thinking of bars.
Yeah.
You stopping to write shit down.
For real.
Yeah, like you getting like you like building up, making the sacrifice so that you got the resources to do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
you just keep on trucking.
But
you know
also, like, I'm not gonna lie though. As time went by, like I realized I had to start using my time more wisely too, because it does catch up to you.
Facts.
Like you can't, like you gotta. It's like everything happens in like seasons. Like you could do it. You gotta do that to get the base, and then you gotta close a little, expand, because you gotta step away from the shit a little bit to like
you gotta live life
experience too. And to come back with more content. If you just start pumping it out methodically, mechanically, you kind of lose the.
You know what I'm saying?
The essence, the artistry. So
yeah.
like, it's like yin yang type shit. You know,
the balance. As they say, mutual understandings. That's why the album was named Mutual Understandings. It's because we found a mutual understanding. We were tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nah, it's really that we all motivated each other. We knew we were talented. You know what I'm saying? Because we just believed.
How did you know?
Ooh, that's a great. And this is not gonna. I'm not trying to be cocky at all. I'm not gonna lie. But me and the homies, at least I could talk about myself first. But in the homies, I've just rapped since I was like in high school. And everybody raps in any type of urban environment. Everybody raps. There's a saying like everybody wrote a 16. You know what I'm saying? So whenever there was like a freestyle cipher or anything, everyone would rap. And I'm not gonna lie, and this is like the humblest way I could say it. The reactions I got compared to everybody around me was always like the biggest one. Like everyone else would rap and we were like fire, but when they were like people would like be excited for me to go next.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you would like rap with this nigga and then like not like this nigga, then the nigga start rapping like, nah, this nigga like.
You feel?
Like, damn, son.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
That's my bro, for real. It's and I hate to say it because I don't like to like talk to myself like that, but he's probably seen it too. Like there's moments where like I'm just here to rap, you feel me? But the energy was starting to change in ciphers when I would rap, and that was since a young age, and it became such a reoccurring theme that like I was like, oh, I gotta have something going on here because everyone else is rapping, but they're the one asking me for my info at the end. You know what I mean? So I just felt like God blessed me with that, and then with time. Then we started. That's kind of how I knew. You know what I'm saying? There was, and also like I always wanted to do it. It got a point where I got so confident in it, I would just be like, I'm a rapper. Like as a young, now I'm a little more like I don't brag about that shit. It's kind of corny to walk around. I'm a rapper. You feel me? But when you were younger, like 17, 18, I would like introduce myself. I rap, and I would want them to test me and tell me to freestyle or at a party, just so I could prove myself. And every single time I was under those lights and pressure, I didn't fold. And like the reaction was always the same, some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just like, you know, it's just like reminding me like maybe I got a gift. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's how
it's different between you and I because I say I'm a podcaster and they're like, all right, talk to me. And it's like, you know, you don't. It's not the same thing. You can't really test a podcaster in the same way. Whereas like you got the chops.
Yeah,
like in terms of like put it under pressure to be able to do it. Whereas like, you know, no one knows if I'm good until they listen to